What's up, guys? It's your boy Jalen here on another episode of Elevated Minds, and today's episode is going to be what's holding you back. All right, this is going to be a great episode because we got to ask ourselves these questions. What's holding us back from being our best self, from going for whatever goals it is that you want to do, whatever heights that you want to reach? What's holding you back from it? We're going to ask these things, and we're going to figure that out in this episode and go over what we can do to turn that around for us. All right, so if this is your first time on the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on all my socials. All that's going to be down below in the description box. And if you're returning, do the same thing. It's going to really help if you can share this video with anybody you think that will benefit from this. And let's go on and dive into this topic. So what's holding you back? Now, we're going to go through a list of things that usually holds people back from becoming their best self and from going for the things that they actually want to go for. Number one, we have lack of confidence. A lot of people just have a lack of confidence when it comes to making these decisions to actually do it, to actually go for it. They don't believe in themselves. So if you really want to figure out holding yourself back, look at your confidence. If you have a lack of confidence in yourself, you're probably not going to want to or not believe that you can do it. But I'm here to tell you that you can, and all you have to do is believe in yourself a little bit. Change your mindset, flip these things around. This is no reason to not go for your goals. This is not. They always say, get out of your own way. Sometimes we are our own worst enemies. So we have to learn when we're trying to become our best self and reach these goals. And we got to make sure that we've got confidence in ourselves, because that's the main thing. No one else might have confidence in you, but if you've got confidence in you, then you're good. You know what I'm saying? Feeling unworthy. So a lot of times people are held back because they don't feel worthy, that they are. They don't feel like they're worthy to have the things that they want. They don't feel like they're worthy to make the 6 figures or 7 figures, or they don't feel like they're worthy to find their dream partner, or to live in the place they've always wanted to live, or to do the things that they say or feel that bring them joy. They don't feel like they're worthy of that. And you got to change that mindset, because that's going to hold you, that right there, feeling unworthy is going to hold you back from trying to reach your goals and become your best self, because you don't feel like that you deserve it. And you got to reframe your mindset and tell yourself, hey, you do deserve it. You are worthy of the things that you want, and you are more than capable of getting there. All you have to do is change that mindset. It doesn't have to hold you back forever. And then we got to really just, make sure that you are really asking yourself these questions. Do you feel unworthy? Or do you have moments where you don't feel confident in yourself and your decisions? So really look at that when it comes to being held back from your actual ambitions. The next thing we got is inability of taking action. So some people don't know how to make a decision and take action. It's probably I'd say this is probably one of the biggest killers of dreams, is the inability to take action. You have to take action. You can't just say these affirmations and write down your goals, but then you're not actually putting any action towards them. So that could be something that's holding you back right there, is inability to make, to take this action, to do what you need to do, take one step in front of the other one to get to where you're trying to go. You don't have to just sit here and just, I hope that things get better. I wish things would get better. No, you take that action, take that first step, then take the next step after that, and then take the next step after that, and do what you have to do to make your dreams come true, make it happen. Get to these goals, attain them, because they're possible. We just have to close in that gap between your goal and you by taking that step. You're taking the step and slowly closing in until you finally collide with the goals and the things that you want, and becoming the best self that you want to be, and getting to where you're trying to go. So you got to really make sure that you can take that action. So next thing is distractions. There's so many things that distract us. It could be social media. It could be going out partying with some friends, or it could be watching too much Netflix, or it could be just finding something else to do instead of doing the task you're supposed to be doing. I'm going to attest for myself right here. As you guys know, I'm writing a book. The name of it is The Leap of Failure, Becoming Your Best Self. And there are times, during a writing of a book journey, it's you have pitfalls, you have things that happen in life, and sometimes you're just not on it like you should be. And all you have to do is just make sure that you are getting rid of your distractions. You really got to make sure that you can X out the things that are, pretty much taking your attention away from your goals and dreams. So if something's distracting you and it's really holding you back, really look at that and see if that's something you might want to either limit or totally eliminate it out of your life so that you can get to where you're trying to go, because these distractions are only going to slow you down. You could be getting to your goal times 2, but really you're taking 1 step forward and then taking 4 steps back when you're getting caught in some of these distractions, and it could double your time, it could triple your time, who knows. Distractions can take little bits and pieces of your time, and you don't realize how much of it is actually is taking from you until it adds up and it's accumulated, and it's like, wow, I've literally wasted a week of time from these distractions, and I could have been already done with what I'm trying to accomplish. So really make sure that you're eliminating these distractions or lessening them so that you can get to where you're trying to go, because that could be something huge that's holding you back from getting to where you're trying to go. And then one of the main things is fear of failure. You guys, you can't be afraid to fail. Anything you're trying to attain, you're trying to reach, a goal you're trying to get to, you're trying to become your best self, you're trying to, write a book, you're trying to start a podcast, you're trying to get good on the basketball team, you're trying to be a better singer, a guitar player, hockey player, a boxer. You got to put in the time. And, sometimes you're going to fall. You're not going to always have everything perfect all the, 24/7. You're going to fail, you're going to fall, you're going to slip, you're going to trip. And you got to learn how to get back up. Failure is no excuse. Failure is no excuse to not go for what you're trying to go for. So the fear of failure is really just an illusion, because you're going to fail, you're going to fall, you're going to trip sometimes, and that's okay. That's all part of life. The main thing is, can you get back up? Because, life has lots of pitfalls. Things are going to happen. Things aren't always going to go your way. So it's a roller coaster. It's up and down. But what we got to remember is that, failure isn't really failure. I'll use this as an example. In the book Think and Grow Rich, they talked about how there was an experiment, and it talked about how there were these kids, and they had an experiment. These 3 groups. One group, they were shooting basketballs, and they had to basketballs for a certain amount of time, I think a week or something like that. And then they had another group, they did not do any practice at all, and then they had to do a practice at the very end, like a test. And then they had people that didn't practice at all but practiced mentally. And once they finally got to the actual test, the people that mentally did just as well as the ones that actually practiced. But the thing is, you got to remember, when you're actually shooting the basketball, you're not going to always hit every single one of them, right? You're going to miss a few. You're going to, I didn't get that one, I didn't get that one. I moved to the left a little too much. I curved a little to the right too much. And then you find that sweet spot, and eventually you get better and get to the point where you can almost flawlessly shoot the ball without missing. And see, that's what we have to look at it as. Failure is not actually failure. It's trying and perfecting it. It's trying to get better. Every single time you fail, so you're learning something else. So you have to look at it as every single time, every single shot that you're making, you're getting a little bit closer to that goal of where you're trying to reach. So change your mindset, and this could really be holding you back, the fear of failure. And you guys have to realize, you can't be afraid to take these steps. This can really hold you back from a great life and becoming your best self. And I don't want that for anybody watching this. I want every single person to be able to be the best that they can be for themselves, for their peers, for your family, for your kids, whoever you're around. You want to be the best self so that you can, you want to leave a legacy behind and leave an impact for everyone that's surrounding you. So our takeaways here is going to be, you got to learn how to take risks and lean into the uncertainty. We're not always going to know what's going on in life. We don't know, life isn't perfect. Like I said, there's always going to be ups and downs. There's going to be uncertainty sometimes, but we have to lean into it, because You've got your best interest at heart, and you don't want to be held back by these other things that shouldn't be hindering you. And so make sure that you're taking these risks. The only way that you can get forward is to take risks, and sometimes it's going to be scary because it's going to seem like, oh, if I do fail this, then I lose this, or I won't make this. And that's okay. Life is all about uncertainty. We don't always know what's going to happen 24/7. But think about what happens if you do make it and you do take that next step and you do get to where you're trying to go, and it's all because you took that risk. So don't let the fear of the failure hold you back from actually taking the lunge, and you can actually even go forward, and you might actually hit. You might actually make it. You might actually get that success that you're looking for if you just take that step forward. Let's not let these things hold us back. Next, be bold and be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Take big risks. Take big actions. And talk about what it is that Don't be afraid to say what it is that's on your mind and what you need from people, how you feel. That's okay. A lot of times people aren't able to reach their heights because they're hiding behind their emotions. They're not able to express their emotions and get them out. And that's a huge issue with a lot of people, is hiding their emotions. You have to be able to, I won't say positively. It doesn't always have to be positive the way that you're doing it, but you do have to do it in a way that you can articulate. You don't want it to be negative. You want to be able to get what you're trying to say across people in a way that doesn't harm people, but it's beneficial for both. So last is take action. Make sure that you're taking these steps. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're taking these risks. Do those steps. Do what you have to do to get out there and to take the actual action. Write them down. Write the different things that it can take for you to get there, and then actually execute it. And you'll find that if you're actually taking steps towards your goals every single day, you're going to get there eventually. Sometimes, it takes a little bit of time, but what's a little bit of time? If you live to 80 years old or 90 years old and you're 25 right now, what's 1 or 2 years of your time to getting to whatever goals you want? And then you're done. You got that goal, and now you can live your life happy. But remember, you got to keep growing too. It doesn't stop there. So don't let these fears and these, the inability of taking action, and the fear of taking action, and feeling unworthy and not having the confidence, don't let these things hold you back from the life that you want and from the person that you want to become. Because these things definitely can hold you back, and they can get in the way of where you're trying to go in life. So if you can make sure that you can change your mindset and take control of it, take accountability and take responsibility of these different things and work on it, you're not going to be held back by these things, and you're going to actually get to where you're trying to go in life. And this is exactly what I want for every single person watching this. I hope I provided you guys some value today. I hope that you guys really took these questions into consideration, that you'll ask yourself, do you have a lack of confidence? Do you feel unworthy? Do you have issues with taking action? Are you surrounded by distractions? And do you have a fear of failure? Any of these things can hold you back from the life that you want. So make sure that you're asking yourself these questions, and then make sure that if any of these questions are, yes, you do have a lack of confidence, you do have a problem with taking action, these different things like that, start taking the little baby steps towards repairing this today. Because what you do right now will impact your future self a year, 2, 5 years, 10 years from now, and you're gonna thank yourself. Your future self's gonna look back at yourself right now and be like, yo, thank you for doing this, for taking the time to repair and to redo this step and to fix what was holding us back, so you could be great at this point in time. So I hope I provided y'all some value. Like I said before, if you guys have any other episode ideas you'd like for me to do, put them down below in the comments. I'd love to do an episode that you guys would prefer for me, and we'll make it happen. All right, you guys be good, stay blessed, stay elevated.